Range tables. The range table will be used for all targets up to 1,800 meters. The range table takes 8 factors into consideration. Range. The range to the target in meters. Tangent elevation. The elevation necessary to obtain that range in mils. For example, at a range of 950 meters, the tangent elevation is 13.5 mils. Lifts for 50 meters. The number of mils that must be added or subtracted to the dial site to raise or lower the beaten zone. At the same range of 950, the lift for 50 meters is 1.5 mils. Line correction for 16 km/h wind. The number of mils to lay off on the bearing scale for winds at various angles to the line of fire. At a range of 1,200 meters, with a wind direction of 3 o'clock, lay off 5 mils. However, at the same range of 1,200, a wind direction of 5 o'clock would result in laying off only 3 mils. Note the importance of wind direction in interpreting this column. Number of elevations required. The amount of bracketing required for the range to the target. The headings Map, Rangefinder, and Estimation show the methods used to obtain the range. The numbers in the appropriate columns show the amount of bracketing required either side of the determined range to ensure that the target is successfully engaged. The size of the adjustment is taken from the lifts for 50 meters column. Example A. A target estimated at 800 meters should be fired with the first burst at the estimated range, the second burst deducting 1 mil, the third burst adding 2 mils, the fourth burst deducting 3 mils, and so on until a total of 7 bursts have been fired. 1 burst directly at the target and 3 bursts either side of the target, as indicated by the number of elevations required column of the range table. If the target's range remained 800 meters, but said range had been determined by a rangefinder, only 1 bracketing shot either side would have to be fired, for a total of 3 bursts. Example B. A target obtained by rangefinder at 1,750 meters should be fired with the first burst at the determined range, the second burst deducting 2.5 mils, the third burst adding 5 mils, and the fourth burst deducting 7.5 mils, and so on. 5 adjustments on each side of the original target must be made. However, to ensure full coverage of the target, up to 7 adjustments on each side may be made. Dimensions of a horizontal beaten zone. The width and depth of the beaten zone at those ranges. For example, at a range of 1,200 meters, the beaten zone is 3 meters wide and 65 meters long. Time of flight. The time of flight of the rounds in seconds to the target at that range. Mil corrected for a height differential of 10 meters. The amount of mils to be added or subtracted according to the height difference between the gun and target. If the target is higher, add. If the target is lower, subtract. If a target is at 900 meters, then the standard elevation would be at 12.0 mils. However, if the target were 20 meters higher than the gun, then with the mils correction of 11.0 for 900 meters, the gunner would have to add 11.0 times 2 equaling 22.0 mils. Therefore, the new elevation would be 12.0 plus 22.0 equaling 34.0 mils.